Hi guys, it's Tracy Newman here to do a Divine Feminine read and see what the energies hold for us this week in the realm of the Divine Feminine as we're moving out of one matrix world into another. The split, that two world split is really beginning to manifest, and in more ways than one, and for each of us it's different in how it is manifesting. As we leave the 3D matrix world behind, we are beginning to move into these chrysalis energies of incubation as we begin to go through the transformative process of transformation from a caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. Okay, so what's going on with the feminine this week? Absolute unconditional love. You cannot get any better than that. I look at this card. I see golden butterflies, if you can see that. Golden butterflies, a beautiful lotus blossom underneath. So the feminine is really starting to stand in her power. But her power is not one of force or anything like that at all. It is absolute unconditional love. Those Magdalene energies, those Mother Mary energies of gentleness, peace, love, and being at one with all that is. And just exuding so much light and so much love. She's actually healed so much of her past issues, so much of her core wounds, so much of her inner child wounds. The feminine is really beginning to step into the truth of who she really is in these new earth energies that are starting to abound on the earth plane. And of course, to do that, she is now being asked to go within, almost to a hermit stage, to just go within and prepare herself as she prepares herself in this lovely cocooned darkness that where she is sleeping, ready to evolve into something far greater than she could ever imagine for herself. It's like the story of the ugly duckling into the beautiful swan, the caterpillar into the beautiful butterfly. The Three of Cups. There's also a sense of community, I feel, for the feminine, the divine feminine, as she starts to see. But it's more a feeling of community within herself and how she relates to the world around her, but also with her divine feminine sisters. Hang on a minute. Yeah, so she's also starting to see that her relationships with other women are beginning to really change shape. And as the split of the two worlds actually is becoming more and more apparent, can only visit in the 3D world for only so long now. Then we have here, once again, the card of resurrection, and it is like the phoenix rising from the ashes and into light and pure, unadulterated love and light. New beginnings on it also too, that are starting to, what I'm actually more picking up is that this is, because this is sort of like a new beginning on a practical level, but also too on a grounded level. So maybe it is about, because at the moment I feel like the divine feminine has actually really been feeling quite ungrounded in herself and in the world around her as she's gone through these transformative processes. It's almost been otherworldly, and it's all, I explained to someone yesterday that it's almost like a dissemination of the cells within our structural bodies and our structural makeup, and it seems like a dissolving of those energies, and it's very hard. It's been extraordinarily hard for the divine feminine to ground herself into the earth, but I feel now that as we begin to release the last remaining vestiges of any sort of programming from the 3D matrix world, or the any wounding that has remained that needed to be removed, has now, with this dissemination process, is actually now starting to dissipate and to move out. And we're then able to, once we start to go through this cocoon process, to really begin to allow the destabilizing of our energies, and the coalescing, not the coalescing, that's not the word, the coagulation, I guess, of the dissemination that has once occurred within our cellular structure. It's now coming together in a more cohesive way and starting to ground through into the earth. So we needed to go through the disseminating process. And now that we are being asked to cocoon in the darkness, we will come out in a much lighter, but in a way a lot more grounded energy than ever before. But when we do come through, and this is what I'm picking up, there may be not very much of that old world structure remaining for any of us. That 3D matrix world is fast disappearing, and that two world split is really going to make itself apparent. Interesting stuff. I'm also picking up that as the feminine begins this process of cocooning herself into the darkness, into the void, to prepare herself for coming out into the new world, the divine masculine will also begin to his process of dissemination, and he's basically had to really step up, because we cannot, where we go one, we go all, and we must all go through this same process. The feminine is really starting to also to connect to very, very high energies, and she will begin to do this probably more so as we move into that chrysalis form. So that will keep her connected always to source, to God, source, whatever it is that, however you see that divine source. Because right now it's like we're in the womb, the chrysalis, and we are going to move out into these beautiful new world of abundance. But right now it's about moving within, so that we can move into this beautiful new world of abundance, love, light, wisdom. That's where we're going. We are completely being asked now to let go of any remaining hurts, wounds, and to heal them as quickly as we possibly can, because, you know, we're being tested right now too. Which way will you go? Will you remain in the 3D world, or are you willing now to move straight into those new earth energies? It'll be up to us. Yeah, so interesting times that we are living in right now. And also too, that divine union that is coming must begin within. We must, of course, start to move into the balancing energies of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and become as one within, and connect all the way through to source and down, straight down to the central sun. to ground in these new energies and to ground in the new earth. Okay, well, I hope that makes sense. Interesting. Interesting week. It's been an interesting week. We'll just get a Conjun Oracle card. For the feminine, Tai Chi rising. So the gentle flowing energies of Tai Chi and other forms of martial arts are being asked to, that's what we're being asked to actually move into. If we're going to do any exercise at all, it's really asking us to move gently and slowly. 32. So our energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through our being. Take time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts, and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives more impact to your words, actions, and thoughts. So yeah, at the moment, the ascension symptoms are such that as we go through the dissemination process, it feels like that we're not grounded. It can feel like we're spiraling out of control. It can manifest in the form of anxiety attacks, and it can literally feel like you are completely coming undone. And that is because you are. Every cell in your body, every atom in your body is changing. And it really does feel like you are coming apart. It's very similar if you've ever seen the movie Lucy, where she begins to completely fall apart. Her cellular structure completely falls apart. That's what we're going through now. Okay, so I'll see you anon. Bye now.